Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight we're fighting Nightshade paolumu, and cut just a couple little chunks out of the fight to try to make this one go a little bit faster. But overall the fight, as you can see from looking at the video, is more than 20 minutes long. Now that I've figured out that my original save file's destroyed, I'm going to start actually treating this one like it's a serious save file, instead of just something fun to do to pass the time until Wilds. So, at some point we'll be coming back to it to finish out actually building everything up and getting back into the final portions of endgame with it, but it'll take a little bit of a break after tomorrow. So right now, I'm fighting Nightshade paolumu. I don't really like this variant, or subspecies, or whatever the correct term is for it. Honestly, I know there's a technical difference between them, but I just don't care enough to remember it. But anyway, my biggest problem with him is that he's a sleep monster. Yeah, you can gem in some stuff to make you completely immune to sleep, and it pretty much negates 90% of his attacks. But if you do that to a monster to the point where they're completely neutered and then they just become nothing, I don't think that they're worth considering even worthwhile to have. And to be honest, I completely hate the sleep status effect anyway. Sleep and paralysis are the two that if I could get rid of them, I would. Every other status effect I think I can deal with. I even don't necessarily mind being dazed. Some monsters are way too capable of dazing you. But sleep and paralysis, they just take you completely out of the fight and give the monster either a free shot or just have you lay there until you recover. And I hate that type of stuff. Not just in this game, but in any game. Anything where it completely takes control of your character away from you, and there's nothing you can do at that point other than spam either an item or hope that you get some assistance from, say, your palico or another player. That just irritates me. I understand sleep as an effect that you can apply to monsters, and it makes sense that if we can put it on a monster, that a monster should be able to put it on us. But I think this is one of those times where gameplay should trump just having some internal logic on it, and I don't think there should actually be a sleep monster. Like, Yaku, I'm not a big fan of him being able to flashbang you, but it's so easy to counter that it's not that big of a deal. Like, you just turn your back to him, and it's not an issue anymore. The sleep bomb stuff that this dude does, it's just so easy for you to get sleep, and that's one of the reasons why this video takes so long, is because there's several instances where I'm doing well, and then he sleeps me. In my original playthrough, I believe I took the time on stuff like this to actually build up some resistances. So if it was being too irritating, I'd put a set together to be able to take care of it. At this point, by the way, I'm also pretty much completely out of the defender set. Well, I don't think I'm completely out of it yet. Maybe after this fight that I replace the helmet and the legs, but I'm pretty much done with the defender. And after the next video, which I'm going to actually set it aside for tomorrow, hint, it's berry off. That way, tomorrow I can focus on just trying to get some actual footage together for Wilds. If I have the time before I need to head to bed tomorrow night, I'll try to throw together a video for it and just go ahead and post it. But tomorrow my main focus is going to be on actually getting Wilds footage. But, so today is Nightshade paolumu. Tomorrow is going to be berry off, because he's the next successive monster after this. Paolumu, though, back to talking about him as a just general monster, it's not a terrible monster. It's actually kind of a cool idea. I like the design of him having the sort of hot air balloon aesthetic. And if you do enough damage to his air sac, it kind of ruptures and he falls down to the ground, and it takes him a little while to recover. It's a pretty cool fight. He's a good entry-level monster that starts to introduce a little bit more complexity to movement, and where he flows around, it was a little bit harder to read his movements at first. I have a suspicion that, okay, minor spoiler for Wilds if you want to plug your ears for like 10 seconds, the monster that looks like a snake thing that's flying in the air in some of the trailers, I can't remember the name of it offhand, but I have a feeling that dude is basically going to move around a lot like paolumu. And I would suspect the fact that it seems capable of popping up in numbers is going to be about the only thing that really makes it a challenge. But, as for this dude, he's a cool looking creature. He's got the cute and cuddly thing going for him, and you gotta have at least a couple cute and cuddly monsters as well as a few of the fierce, more monstery monsters, because Monster Hunter is actually a pretty widely liked game, and you've got a very wide group of tastes for it. Like, let's speak about Rage Gaming for a second. If you've watched any of their videos, especially the Pro versus Noob series, Cotton and Hollow, between the two of them, one of them likes goofy, kind of cutesy, weird monsters. The other one likes the serious, more just badass looking monsters. I mean, it's just the way the game is, and that's one of the cool things about this game, that it has such a wide appeal. It just took a while to actually get people to realize that. But for this dude in particular, other than just having the immense health pool of moving up in the master rank, there's nothing really particularly enjoyable about the fight. There's nothing that's such a big variation from the normal mode that I would prefer to do this one over the normal one. But that's okay. Not everything has to be a complete hit. I'm actually kind of impressed I made that one. I remember thinking to myself, I could probably strike him and I should get a mount on this one. But still, I'm surprised it didn't just let me hit him and then drop straight down into the sleep cloud. Anyway, back on the actually just talking about random stuff. At this point, actually, I'm pretty much done talking about random stuff, and I'm going to just go ahead and wrap up here and let you guys finish watching the fight if you want to. Otherwise, I'll have another video out tomorrow. I'm going to try and get it edited and ready to post. It should be up sometime tomorrow afternoon. Well, I guess I will see you all in Wilds. Have a good night. And remember, if I can beat it, so can you.
Complete. I'm beginning to believe there is some connection to these subspecies in the Legiana.